Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we take your sources and extract those golden nuggets of insight. Today, we're plunging into an ancient Buddhist discourse, the Kakacūpamasuttaṃ.
Ah, yes, the Saw Analogy Sutta, famous one.
Exactly. It's this incredibly rich text, just packed with surprising stories and, well, profound wisdom on what it really means to cultivate an unshakable mind. Even when life gets truly uncomfortable.
Absolutely. And our mission really with this deep dive is to explore how this ancient teaching, which the Buddha gave way back in Jetavana, Savatthi, how it offers this powerful roadmap for emotional resilience, for inner peace, no matter what's happening outside.
Right. It's not just about looking calm on the surface.
No, it's deeper, a more fundamental state of being.
Okay, so to really understand this unshakable mind, let's start with a character. Someone whose story makes this ancient text feel very human, very relatable. The monk Moliyaphagguna.
Good place to start.
Yeah, so the sutta opens telling us about this bhikkhu, Moliyaphagguna, and he was described as being excessively familiar with bhikkhunis, the nuns.
Sato, yeah. Excessively familiar.
And this wasn't just, casual chats. His entanglement, it was causing real friction, real problems in the community.
That's right. It grounds the teaching immediately in, well, very human experience, doesn't it? His entanglement, his reactive anger. It's exactly what the Buddha wants to address.
So, if any other monk criticized the nuns when Moliyaphagguna was around?
He'd get angry, upset, start arguments even. Adhikar and Sampi Karoti cause disputes.
And the other way around, too.
Yep. If someone criticized Moliyaphagguna in front of the nuns, they'd get angry and upset. Same result, more disputes.
Wow. So it sounds like a bit of a monastic soap opera, almost.
You could say that. And this whole situation gets reported to the Buddha by another monk.
You can just picture the hushed tones, can't you? The monastic gossip maybe sparking this intervention.
Definitely highlights how even in a renunciate community, human tendencies, attachments, they still play out.
But what's fascinating is what the Buddha does. He doesn't just, scold Moliyaphagguna.
No.
He transforms the whole thing into this profound lesson on how to respond to provocation.
Exactly. He summons Moliyaphagguna, confirms the story, and basically says this behavior isn't fitting for someone who's left the household life out of faith.
He tells him even if someone speaks ill of the nuns right in front of him, he needs to abandon all those household desires and household thoughts.
Right. The instruction is internal first.
Yeah. And he must train himself. My mind will not be corrupted, nor will I utter evil speech. I will abide compassionate with a mind of loving kindness without inner ill will.
And it doesn't stop at words. This is key. The instruction immediately puts the focus squarely on the internal response.
He escalates it, doesn't he?
He does. He says, even if someone were to strike you with their hand, a clod of earth, a stick, or a weapon in their presence, the exact same training applies. Abandon those household desires, keep the mind uncorrupted, no evil speech, stay compassionate, kind-hearted, no inner ill will.
But, listening to this now, isn't it tempting to think, okay, but that sounds like just avoiding the problem? Or maybe, does this mean we shouldn't stand up for ourselves? How do you square that?
That's a really crucial distinction to make. The sutta isn't saying, just passively accept injustice or that external action doesn't matter. Rather, it's about reclaiming agency over your internal state, your mind, regardless of what's happening outside.
Ah, okay.
So whatever you choose to do externally, the idea is to do it from a place of clarity, of compassion, not from blind reactive anger.
I see. So the internal state comes first.
That's the core of the sutta, really. Cultivating that unshakable mind, no matter the provocation.
Then the Buddha kind of zooms out, right? He extends this lesson to all the bhikkhus.
Yeah, setting the stage for a broader teaching on cultivation. He brings up an earlier time, remembers when the monks readily followed his instruction to eat only one meal a day.
And that led to good things. Health, lightness.
Exactly. Health, lightness, strength, comfortable living. And he compares that acceptance, that readiness, to a well-trained, thoroughbred horse.
An ajñarato sudanto.
Right. Guided effortlessly by a skilled charioteer. It's the image of an ideal receptive mind. Disciplined, responsive.
Not stubborn or resistant.
Precisely. And then there's another analogy, equally vivid. The Great Sal Forest near a village.
Okay.
If you want the forest to thrive, what do? You remove the crooked vitality saplings, the bad stuff.
The Yasaranya ones.
Yes. And you nurture the straight, well-grown ones. You help them flourish.
So just like that, the bhikkhus should abandon the unwholesome stuff.
Right. and engage in wholesome practices to really flourish in the Dhamma and Vinaya, the teachings and the discipline.
So these analogies, they're about the ideal state, but also the active work needed.
Exactly. The horse shows responsiveness, discipline. The forest shows the intentional work, clearing hindrances, nurturing virtues. It's active, ongoing, not passive at all.
Okay, moving beyond the monks for a moment, the sutta gives us this incredibly powerful, maybe even a bit uncomfortable story. Vedahika, the householder, and her slave, Kali.
Ah, yes, this one really hits home.
It really makes you question what gentle actually means. So Vedahika, she had this amazing reputation. Everyone thought she was gentle, meek, and peaceful.
Widely known for it.
Yeah.
But her slave, Kali, who is apparently very skilled and diligent, she's just wondering,
Wondering what?
is this gentleness real? Or is it just because my hard work means she never actually faces anything difficult, anything that would provoke anger?
That's sharp thinking from Kali.
Very. So she decides to test her mistress, like a little experiment.
Okay, what does she do?
Day 1, Kali deliberately wakes up late. Vedahika, annoyed, gives her a frown.
All right, not too bad yet.
Day 2, Kali wakes up even later.
Ah.
Now Vedahika gets angry, uses unpleasant words.
A mask is slipping.
Day 3, Kali pushes it further, wakes up even later. And this time, Vedahika just loses it. She grabs an agasuchi, a door-bar pin, basically, and strikes Kali on the head with it, breaks the skin, draws blood.
No, seriously.
Seriously, and threatens her, I'll break your head.
Wow. So much for gentle and peaceful.
Exactly. And Kali, with her bleeding head, doesn't just take it. She goes straight to the neighbors.
Oh, I bet she did.
Shows them her injury and says, basically, look, see the work of the gentle Vedahika, the meek Vedahika, the peaceful one. Just because her slave woke up late, she grabs a door bar and cracks my head open.
And Vedahika's reputation.
Ruined. Just like that. Everyone starts saying she's fierce, not meek, not peaceful.
It's such a stark reminder, isn't it, that our virtues, our calmness, are often completely untested until things get properly difficult.
Absolutely. I mean, I know I've had moments where I thought I was being incredibly patient until, the Wi-Fi drops during a crucial call or something.
Yes, suddenly that patience just vanishes.
Right. It shows how easily a reputation or even our self-image built on comfortable conditions can just crumble under pressure.
So true gentleness is tested in adversity, not ease.
That's the crucial point. It reveals that apparent virtue is so often conditional. It exists only when circumstances are comfortable. The Buddha makes a related point about monks, too.
Oh, yeah.
He says a bhikkhu who seems easy to admonish, just because they're getting nice robes, good alms food, comfy lodging, or medicine, they aren't genuinely easy to admonish.
Ah, it's conditional again.
Exactly. True responsiveness, true ease of admonishment comes from respecting and honoring the Dhamma, the teaching itself, not just the perks.
Okay, so bringing this back to us, in our daily lives, facing difficult conversations, maybe criticism online or at work, how does this ancient wisdom translate?
Well, the Buddha provides a very practical framework. He outlines 5 specific ways people might speak to you.
Yeah.
And you'll recognize these instantly.
Okay, what are they?
They might speak 1, timely or untimely. 2, truthfully or untruthfully.
Okay.
3, gently or harshly. 4, beneficially or unbeneficially.
Makes sense.
And 5, with a kind heart or with inner ill will, malice.
Right, you can usually feel that last one. So 5 categories.
And for every single one of these, the instruction, the training, is the bedrock. My mind will not be corrupted.
Nor will I utter evil speech. I will abide compassionate with a mind of loving kindness without inner ill will.
Exactly that. Think about it. You get that difficult email or you're in that tense meeting. Instead of just reacting instantly to the harsh words or the untruthful statement,
You pause.
you pause. Maybe you identify, okay, which category does this fall into? Untimely, harsh, ill will. And then how can you internally cultivate that mind of loving kindness before you even reply?
So your response doesn't corrupt your own peace.
That's the goal. Ensuring your reaction comes from that centered place.
And what's really striking is how that same core instruction comes back again, word for word almost.
The part about pervading the person with loving kindness.
Yes. I will pervade that person with a mind imbued with loving kindness, and making that as my object, I will pervade the entire world, vast, expansive, immeasurable, without hostility, without ill will.
It's an incredible mental exercise, isn't it? A profound practice.
It really is. And the text doesn't stop there. It gives us these amazing analogies to help us grasp this state of mind.
Right. These everyday images used to convey profound states of mental resilience. They're not just, pretty similes. They're like blueprints for inner training. 4 big ones.
Okay, let's hear them.
First, the earth analogy. Imagine someone trying to make the vast earth unearth,
Yeah.
digging it, scattering dirt on it, spitting on it, peeing on it.
Uh-huh.
They'll just wear themselves out, right? Because the earth is deep, immeasurable. You can't really affect it fundamentally.
So develop a mind like the earth.
Exactly. Vast, immeasurable, unshakable when people speak ill of you.
Okay, number 2.
The sky analogy. Imagine someone trying to draw pictures on the sky, on empty space, with paint lac, turmeric, indigo, crimson. Totally pointless. They'll just exhaust themselves. And the sky is formless, invisible. You can't deface it. So develop a mind like the sky, boundless, unaffected.
I like that one. Number 3.
The Ganges River analogy. Imagine trying to heat up the huge, deep Ganges River with a tiny burning grass torch.
Not gonna happen.
Never. You'll just tire yourself out. The river is too vast, too deep. Develop a mind like the Ganges, vast, unshakable, unperturbed by small heat.
Okay, and the last one. This one's a bit unusual.
Yeah, the catskin bag analogy.
Yeah.
Imagine a catskin bag, like for bellows maybe, that's been thoroughly kneaded, super soft, totally pliable, makes no sound.
Right?
Now try to make it rattle or rustle by hitting it with a piece of wood or a brick.
It wouldn't work. It's too soft, too yielding.
Exactly. It just absorbs it. No noise. So develop a mind like that bag, soft, yielding, unshakable, unperturbed by harsh impacts.
Those are fantastic images. Earth, sky, river, bag, each showing a different quality of resilience.
They really are. They build this picture of a mind that's just fundamentally stable.
And from these vivid images, the sutta builds to its most challenging, its most impactful teaching, the one that gives this deep dive its name, the Saw analogy.
Ah, yes, this is the peak. It's intense.
The Buddha states, and this is pretty direct, even if bandits and robbers were to carve you limb from limb with a 2-handled saw,
Just pause on that image for a second. It's brutal.
whoever of you would let his mind grow angry at that would not be doing my bidding.
Think about that. Even in that extremity, the instruction isn't about stopping the external act, but mastering the internal reaction. Anger is seen as not following in the path.
And he repeats that core training again, doesn't he?
He does, right there, in the face of the most horrific violence imaginable. My mind will not be corrupted, nor will I utter evil speech. I will abide compassionate, with a mind of loving kindness without inner ill will.
And pervade the attackers and the whole world with that boundless loving kindness.
It's staggering, really. This teaching isn't about being a doormat or passively accepting harm. Not at all. It's about maintaining your inner integrity, your agency over your own mind, no matter what is happening externally, even the absolute worst.
It pushes the boundaries of what we even think is possible for human resilience.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
And the Buddha then asks his bhikkhus, point blank, okay, if you really apply this saw analogy instruction, is there any kind of speech, big or small, harsh or gentle, that you couldn't endure?
And their answer.
A resounding, no, venerable sir. They get it. If you can maintain that state even under the saw, then mere words, you can handle them.
Wow. So this whole deep dive into the Kakacūpamasuttaṃ, it's really shown us that true inner peace, true resilience, it isn't about dodging challenges or building walls.
No, it's about fundamentally transforming our internal response to those challenges.
It's such a powerful challenge to our sort of natural gut reactions, isn't it? But it offers this clear pathway to an unshakable mind.
Absolutely. This ancient wisdom provides a practical guide. Okay,
Mhm.
maybe a very challenging guide, but a practical one for navigating provocation, criticism, even extreme adversity with boundless compassion.
It's a potent reminder that our greatest power, maybe our only real power sometimes, lies not in controlling what happens outside us.
But in mastering our internal world, our own mind.
So as you reflect on this really powerful deep dive today, maybe consider this. What aspect of this saw-like equanimity, or maybe the earth-like mind, what aspect feels most challenging for you in your own daily life, your interactions?
And following on from that, what's maybe one small step, just one tiny thing, you could try this week to embody a little bit more of that profound, unshakable peace this ancient text describes?